Hello everyone. I've wanted to make a discussion video for some time now, but I really didn't want to make a millionth unpopular K-pop opinions video. So here is just my rant about some things that annoy me or stuff I want to discuss. I've tried to give you my explanations and some evidence to back up what I'm saying, so I'm not just throwing some offensive opinions and call it serving tea. By the way, I challenged myself to use mainly the K-pop dude aka T-Mim in this video, so you will see him a lot. Lucky you. But to be honest, it wasn't really a challenge because that man is a walking meme. Now let's start. It's so annoying that some songs are missing from Spotify. Like, look at this. Every SM group's older songs starting from around 2011 are missing except Super Junior's. It's probably because Super Junior has their own label, SJ label. Even SHINee's albums Misconceptions of Me and Misconceptions of Us are missing, even though Misconception of You and Sherlock came before them. I really don't understand why SM decided not to allow these songs to be on Spotify. Don't they want money? I didn't even find SHINee's older songs from Google Store, so how am I supposed to listen their songs legally? Buying their albums? Maybe this works if it's your favorite group, but if you are a casual listener who just wants to listen couple of their title tracks, that won't happen. Also, JYP's older artists like Wonder Girls and Miss A have practically nothing on Spotify. I really would like to listen Miss A because what I've heard, they have some good title tracks, but now it's not possible. I don't want to introduce myself to their songs because then I just get more frustrated that I cannot listen those songs. Oh well, I can always download them from somewhere, but I'd like to support the artists even if just by buying Spotify Premium. This problem might not be in every country. Maybe I'm just unlucky. If you have older SM songs on Spotify, please, listen them on my behalf, thanks. And I am not changing Spotify to Apple Music, so you don't have to comment that. Next, I'm so sick of companies debuting groups and then dumping them into a dungeon. I'm looking at you, please. Priston was even really successful, so it wasn't because they flopped. You trained those idols for years and then just abandoned them for whatever reason. Shouldn't you want your money back by making them work? I think it is unfair for those idols because they could have left the company and maybe debut in a group which actually did something other than hide in a dungeon. Now I'll take a break from complaining to normalize my blood pressure. Have you noticed that most newer boy groups are pretty rap focused and hip hoppy, and that they have insane choreographies? There are so many of groups like this. NCT, Stray Kids, Monsta X, ONIUS, and ATEEZ to name a few. I love all these groups, but I wish that there would be more groups that focuses on singing. I'd love that there would be a boy group version of Mamamoo. I can only think of SHINee, BTOB, and 2AM who focuses a lot on vocals. Well, SHINee has impressive choreographies, but they have also one of the best vocal lines in K-pop, and they are always very stable when performing. I'm not very familiar with BTOB or 2AM, so I'm not sure how good all their singers are, but at least their songs are very vocal heavy, so I'd say they are vocal groups. I know that EXO and Super Junior have incredible vocal lines too, but especially EXO has a lot of rap in their songs, and I'd say that Super Junior Cry is a vocal group, but not the whole Super Junior. I really hope companies would debut more vocal boy groups because there isn't many of them, especially now that many members from SHINee and BTOB are in the military, and I think that 2AM has already disbanded. I think that performances have become more and more important, so companies don't really focus on improving trainees' vocal technique but their ability to sing while dancing. They think that it's enough if there is one or two good vocalists who can sing difficult parts. It's really sad because I know that there are so many talented idols and trainees who have potential to be great singers but have not given a chance to improve to their full potential. Also, I wish that these vocal groups wouldn't have too many ballads because there are already enough of those. Where is Taeyeon's album? Like, seriously, Taeyeon has sung couple unreleased songs in her concerts, but the album is nowhere to be found. I try not to listen those songs because I get just more mad if I do. They are just so good. Last fall she said in Kitchen that the album was almost ready. It has been like 8 months already. Where is the album SM? This starts to seem too much like YG, and that is a road you shouldn't really go down. Now that I have started to talk about YG, let's move on to Blackpink. I'd like that Blackpink had clearly more black and pink comebacks like Red Velvet has their red and velvet comebacks. Black comebacks would be more rap focused and YG would let Jennie snap properly like in DDU. I don't understand why Jennie sings so much even though the group has two amazing vocalists and Jennie clearly can rap really well. Pink comebacks would be similar to As If It's Your Last and Forever Young where they would sing more. Right now most Blackpink's title tracks have been like a mix of black and pink. The structure of many of their songs is kind of similar because of this. Couple rap verses, bridge where Jisoo and Rose sing and then the chorus has a lot of instrumentals and they have some kind of catchphrase like Boom Baya, hit you with that do-do-do-do. Let's kill this love. My love is on fire. Oh, and I would love that when Blackpink finally has their full album there would be Jennie x Lisa and Rose x Jisoo as subunit songs. Did you really think I was done with Blackpink? I have actually a theory why Blackpink has had so few comebacks. I think I'm onto something here, but this isn't probably the only reason. Did you know that every single Blackpink song is composed and written by Teddy Park? If you don't know who Teddy is, I'll tell you. He is a YG producer who has written and composed the majority of 2NE1's discography and a big part of Big Bang's discography too. My guess is that Teddy hasn't been able to write a lot of songs for Blackpink for whatever reason, or maybe Teddy has written a lot of songs but YG hasn't been satisfied with them. I don't really understand why YG insists that Teddy should produce all Blackpink's songs. Does he think that he is the only one who can produce songs that fit Blackpink? If you ask me, it would be better that Blackpink had more producers working on their songs. It would add some variety and there would actually be more than one comeback a year. It's not like all Teddy's songs are somehow superior. Many people didn't like B-sides of Blackpink's latest mini-album and I kinda agree. It was no way near as strong as Square Up. I personally like that a group doesn't stick strictly to one kind of sound, and having multiple different producers would be a good and subtle way to add more variety to Blackpink's discography. Every songwriter has their own style, so even though they would produce a Blackpink sounding songs, it wouldn't sound like something that Teddy produced. My next opinion is probably strange after hearing my last opinion, but I really wish that BTS would stick with the big hit team when they are writing their songs. Who I mean with the big hit team are Pdog, Hitman Bang, Supreme Boy, Adora, Slow Rabbit and BTS members. I think that they are all big hits in-house producers. I'm quite sure that Doxkim and His Noise are also big hits producers, but I might be wrong. BTS has collaborated a lot with Western songwriters after they won their first Billboard award. To be completely honest, I wish they didn't, at least as much as they are currently. I've noticed that almost always the songs I like the most are written by the big hit team. There are some exceptions like Steve Aoki and Charlie J. Perry who produced Singularity. I really like the songs that they produced, but most of the time the songs that Western songwriters wrote are my least favorite. Let me the songwriter list of BTS's albums pre-Love Yourself era. You can see that most of the songwriters are the producers mentioned before. Now, let's compare these with Love Myself tier. You can see the difference, right? I liked 134,340, Paradise, Love Maze and Magic Shop the least out of all the songs in the album, and what is in the common with all of these? Surprise, surprise! There are a lot of Western songwriters credited. I know that there are many people who really like these songs, but I just find them kind of dull and forgettable. Maybe I'm just used to listening K-pop that has a lot of memorable weird parts or something. I like being surprised when I'm listening music, but these sound pretty safe to me. I just wish that the big hit team would write most of the BTS's songs, but it doesn't look good right now. Look at the songwriter list of the Map of the Soul, Persona. There are so many Western songwriters. Let's play a game. Guess which song I liked the most? Yes, you are right. It's Dionysus. It has the BTS sound that I love. Many people have said that BTS has become westernized, but I wouldn't say that. BTS just has more songwriters making their songs, which has of course affected their sound. Before their boom, Big Hit had a relatively small amount of producers compared to many other companies, so there was a clear BTS sound. It's the same thing that I said about Teddy and Blackpink before. Even though a songwriter is trying to write a BTS sounding song, their song will have different sound than if Pdog had written it. I just hope that Big Hit would be the main producers and songwriters of BTS's future songs. They don't need any famous Western producers or artists to make their songs. They were making a bop after bop way before Love Yourself era, and that's how they became who they are now. I left this last because I was afraid that I might have to cut the video short because I couldn't keep on speaking through my tears. If you didn't know, my top 4 favorite groups are SHINee, BTS, EXO and EXID. Do you know what's in common with these 4? Yes, we won't see them as a full group for a long time from now on. I know that EXID isn't exactly disbanding, but I don't think that they will have a comeback as 5 for couple years after Hani and Jeong Awe leave Banana Culture. I know that Jin isn't leaving at least this year, but there is a new military enlistment law which says that everyone must enlist by the age 28. Jin will turn 27 next December, which means that he must enlist in 2020. So yeah, we can see him at least a year, but I like to worry beforehand, okay? I don't think that all BTS members will enlist at the same time, and I don't even want them to, unlike many other armies. They have such a big age difference. Jin is now 26 but Jungkook is only 21. It wouldn't be fair to younger members because they would be wasting 2 years of their best years as an idol if they enlisted this soon, and we all know how much Korea loves youth. Also, BTS is so popular now that it would be stupid to just have a 2-year complete hiatus. They would lose their momentum and many people would forget them if they did that. So I think that they should have at least one member out of military and he would do solo activities, and keep Big Hit alive. Same goes with EXO. Xiaomin already started his military service, so we have to wait at least a half a decade to see a OT9 comeback. Taemin is the only one from SHINee who isn't in the military, but I still think that he will enlist earliest next year. SHINee is an old group, so they really need someone who will remind everyone that SHINee still exists. Taemin might even enlist after all other members have discharged if it's possible. Wonyo's discharge date is apparently on July 20, 2020, and So Minyu, who was last to enlist out of the 3 members, will probably be out of military by the end of November 2020. They could have their comeback in early 2021 and then we would say bye-bye to our little Taemin. Or maybe I'm completely wrong. These following years will be difficult for anyone who stands a group that has members in the military. But remember that ELFs survived through 8 years and 10 months when there was at least one member in the military. Super Junior will probably have a comeback soon, so support them because it will surely be a bop, and you will want that there will be people supporting your faves when they finally have finished their military service. I will end here because my heart is crying. I hope no one got offended because I am too old for fan wars. I tried to make nice 70 degrees Celsius green tea, but what can I do if someone decided to spill it on their lap? I might do more of these if this gets any views. Bye.